Welcome to Brick Trains. I'm Joey, and today we're going to sort parts. So the other day we were talking about on the A-Fool podcast, and I'm not sure, it'd be episode 64, but we were talking about, actually it was episode 63, I believe. Anyway, it's one of those episodes that how we part out parts or sets for our Bricklink store. And I think all three of us, Earl, Mardi Gras Man, 2-3, and Jabbo, Brickzar, and myself are all going to part out some sets and video it. You could go on Brickzar's channel and watch him part out sets all over the place if you want it. He's got a few videos of it, so I doubt it's changed a whole lot. I, on the other hand, have not done a video, so I have a single set here, which is the most inopportune way to do this. This is not the most financial gain. You want to part out at least 5 or 10 sets at a time if you're going to want to be able to be efficient at it. So I am not, what you're going to see is not going to be very efficient. So yeah, it's going to be rather tedious, because what's going to happen is there's going to be a certain amount of parts in this set that, what did you see? This is an Exo Night set that I got on clearance, and I picked up a lot of these sets over the years. Clearance sets where I get one of them. But what's going to happen is I'm going to end up with a single part, and if it's a single part that I don't have in my store already, I'm going to have a single part in my store in a drawer. And that is also inefficient storage. So, okay, so I'm going to set the camera down and we're going to walk through this. It shouldn't really take this long, but this is probably going to be a lot longer video than I'm used to, or you're used to seeing on this channel. So, yeah, we'll get started and see how it goes. And hopefully I don't have time lapse. It may just have to edit it down a little bit. So, all right. Alright, so the first thing to do, we're going to open the box. Okay, so the first thing we'll do, we're going to open this box and see what we're dealing with inside here. Okay, so yeah, and now we're just going to strip the box. We're going to go ahead and open the other side and pull that out. A lot of times I'll save a certain amount of these boxes, so if I have to ship something out, I have cardboard stickers. I'll cut pieces out of these to make sticker so they don't get messed up in the shipping process. So, okay, here's a couple. Let's see. I think I got two instruction books. Okay, so there's book 1, and here's book 2. This is an awful small set for 2 books. 202 pieces, so 100 pieces in each book. And one big wheel. We're building a tricycle here, aren't we? Yeah, some kind of tricycle. And then we have a sticker sheet. Sometimes these sticker sheets, I haven't looked this up. I don't know what this is going to part out as far as how much it was worth and how much. Well, it says I bought it for $9. Clearance, I can't tell where this clearance, it looks like a Walmart clearance sticker. So it's probably paid $9 plus tax and stuff. So, yeah. So the first thing we're going to do, there's just 2 bags. So we got a little bag and a big bag. Let's go ahead and start with the little bag. And I'll show you what we're going to do. I'm going to get several of these. I bet that was really loud on camera. So these are just drawers out of cabinets like these, except they're not the Acromills cabinets. These are some cabinets. I don't remember where I got these cabinets from, but I've pulled pretty much all the drawers out of them, but I'm not using them in the store. These Acromill cabinets are not full yet. That's what I'm trying to work on, is get them full to this point. I have a little bit of space left right here. I'll put more Acromill cabinets there. And then we're going to start going into what is available. I know Mardi Gras Man 2-3 has switched to Harbor Freight cabinets, so I might check those out. Let's see. But I'll get one of these like milk carton trays. I call them milk carton trays because they're made out of the same material that milk cartons are made out of. These are from Samsonite era. So this thing dates back to the 60s. But this is what was inside Samsonite sets, Lego and Samsonite. But these are what was in the Samsonite sets back in the 60s. And this is what I use most of the time to start out in. So okay, here's the parts we're dealing with. Let's go ahead, change the viewing angle, and let's set this up kind of how I normally do this. Let's see, that's not going to be enough. Get a few more. We have just one of these, so I don't know. We got Nexonite shield. There's going to be one of those. There's a red Technic piece. There's actually two of those. There's going to be a lot of this one. Here's one of the heads. Helmet. Visor for the helmet. We're going to separate that out as a separate piece. You can see the problem already, right? With parting out one set. Here we go. Got 3 pieces there. 4 pieces there. 2 there. 2 there. Oh, we got wings. Gotta watch the wings, right? Make sure you got left and rights. So we're gonna put those in 2 different trays. And a couple of these pieces. A couple of these. There's another blue tile. And more minifig parts. Another helmet. And you can see we're already out of trays. So let's scoot that up. You can see where it would be way more efficient if I had 5 of these sets, then I could I would be filling these up far more pieces. Also would take me less time per piece. Takes me less time per piece. It takes about the same amount of time to sort it out. Alright, look at that. Gears. All right, put the gears in there. And we're getting ready to do it again. We're getting ready to run our drawers again. Alright, so we're down to just about the end of this. There. Oh, there's another blue tile. Those 2 pieces, that piece, and those 2 pieces. Okay, so that's bag 1. We ended up with 22 parts in that. So I'm going to take those and we're just going to literally slide them over here out of the way. And I will... Let's see, what's that give it? It is the big bag. And, well, let's just see what's in the big bag. That sound is horrible on this video. As I feared, a small bag. This thing here is going to be chocked full of 1 and 2 piece parts. Alright, so dump our pieces back in here and let's get a shot of this again. Okay, so here's our parts. Here's a set of wheels. Alright, sometimes we'll use, for the bigger parts, we'll use a tub like this. I'll set those up there. That's probably not necessary. Here's another one. Be a good example of these Technic pins. They're not, or beams. They're not going to fit in one of these cabinets here, or these drawers. So we're just going to put them like that. We'll set them to the top. Out some more trays. I also have, not only have I been showing these, which get these at the grocery store. Usually get like 10 for $1 or something in the store. These are cheap generic ones. The Dollar Tree, I think, sells these too. I also have these, which Mardi Gras Man gave me. These are containers that he gets at his grocery store, or so where he works. And right, these come in handy for bigger parts when you start getting massive amounts of parts. And when all else fails, we use these little cups. These are Auntie Anne's cups. I got tons of these cups. You also can use like Dixie cups or something. These are better if you have something to put them in. And I have a lot of the oh shoot, what are they called? Like the egg crates that the Christmas advent calendars. These cups fit down inside those. Although I haven't opened up this year's, but I heard this year's changed, so that might make these a little more difficult. These are not good if you don't have them sitting in something else because they'll dump over. Okay, so let's go back. We're back to the trays, and let's see what we got laying on top. 1x6. There's another big piece. Oh, that piece, that's huge. We're going to stick that in one of those trays. Minifig. Okay, whoops. Alright, so that pretty much fills those up. It means we're going to have to get some more. Another minifig. I got a few of these parts. Oh, we have left and right wings again. So these are slopes, but you gotta, there's a left and a right, so you gotta make sure you keep those separate. Thought I saw one of these. Oh, there's a big one. Yeah, okay. Put that there. We got several of these, and then these panels will run out. We're out again. We're out. Let's just try some of these real quick. We got these panels here. Three different kinds of, and I'm just gonna. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all of these axles. I'm just gonna throw them into one container, and I'll sort that out later. They will definitely get sorted out when I put them up. Yeah. We're gonna need more because we still got this bag to go. Okay, so there's that. Now, down to this little bag. This is going to be interesting. Okay, so we got, looks like we got a sword, and then we got a hairpiece, or the, yeah, whatever that is. And then these are minifig pieces. Got some plumes. Put those, and then it looks like we might get into a few more parts. Got 4 of those. A mini tile. Oh, another sword. That's good, another sword. I bet you that tile. There's another one. Are they the same? Yep, they're the same. So 2 tiles. And let's see, we'll go through and we'll pick out all the black friction pins. So they're just laying on top. You can kind of see them. I'm getting this in the shot. Alright, there's all the friction pins. Here's that crazy piece. It's like a foot or something. Whoops. now we got some grill pieces. I see them laying there. I'll grab them real quick. There's a gear. Grab it. Some blue slopes. There's 2 of those. More blue axle Technic type pins. And we're full again. We're getting closer though. Here's another one of those. One of those. One of those. There's another gear. There's the little friction pins. We'll get those real quick. They're not friction pins, but they're connectors. Technic connectors. As you can see, only having one of these, you can see where this is a problem. So if I had like 5 or 6 of these, I would be able to fill these up really full, and then it would be worth my time because I would have, you know, maybe 10 or 20 parts in each one. If I had 10 sets, then I would have 20 of these, right? And the way it is, I'm only going to have 2. Run out of room. Okay, we got some pyramids. Oh, I think I may have got too many. I think I'm just about done. All right, and then all that's left is the dots. Okay, so we don't need these. Okay, so that's the parts all sorted out. And yeah, that's taking up a lot of room. I don't have a lot of parts. There's only 202 parts here. I don't have any lots are here. What did we count this earlier? 1, 2, 3. Well, we'll look it up on a computer. It'll just tell us. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to switch to the computer, and I'm going to record. Woo. I'll record me and the computer at the same time. Let's see, the computer's been charged up, so I should be able to do a screen grab of when I'm typing on the computer and then still kind of show you physically what I'm doing too. So let me get that set up and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I'm over here on the computer and I'm probably gonna have to log in real quick. So let me get that checked off here. All right, I did not have to log in. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna enter the set number. Okay, just doing there at the top. Then we go and we find the set. Mace's Thunder Mace. And then we're going to, I want to part this out. My store inventory, add to my store inventory, or part out. And we're going to part it out. So here's the set number. I have 1. Okay. I'm not going to put these whole minifigs in. I'm going to put them in as minifig parts just because I'm not going to mess with them. So yeah, we got one set. We have we're going to include minifig parts, and we're going to do last 6 months sales average. Upload all items to stockroom A, which what that's going to do is it's going to load everything that's here into stockroom A, and anything that's in my inventory is going to pull it into stockroom A. So while I'm putting these parts away, these parts will not be available for sale. I try not to take very long to do this so that those parts can get back into the store and be for sale, but this is also a good opportunity for me to kind of do some inventory control, inventory management, make sure that the parts that I say I have. Obviously I'm only going to check the ones that I have here that I'm putting away, but I thought it was going to be a problem before I didn't do this. I didn't used to stick them all into inventory or stockroom A. I would only put the stuff that I was sorting out new would go in. But anyway, this is going to put them all into stockroom A, and that gives me time to kind of mess with them. We're not going to worry about default comments. We're not going to worry about default remarks. We are going to consolidate. So new price, new tier pricing, old bulk amount, old sales, all that stuff's going to say. Old remarks, that's important. That needs to stay there because that's the location of the parts. So let's say I have this axle in my store already. That remarks is where my location is. So when I sort this here in a minute, you'll see that. It'll tell me where that is, and then I'll know I can just go put that in that drawer. If there's no remarks, then it's a new part, and I'll have to create a new drawer and put that new drawer into the system. So making sure that old remarks is set to old remarks is very important. Everything else we're going to sort by color name. We're going to change that. We're going to sort. Yeah, sort by color name. That's what we want. And then we're going to hit submit for edit. It's going to bring these up. Everything where you see this red, you already have this part in your inventory. Those are all going to be parts that I already have, and we're going to be adding to it. The quantity that you see there is the number that we're going to be adding to it. So as you can see, there's quite a few parts here. Every once in a while you'll see this text that says Lego may have included one extra quantity of the part shown below in this set. This extra part may be added to the total quantity of parts. So you got to kind of watch that. So you're going to have to, double check, make sure. If there's an extra quantity there, I'm not really worried about it. Just let it go in there. This is also where you'll see if there's any versions where like this set may have had 2 different versions of the part or could have multiple versions of the part. So far I haven't seen any, and what I'm seeing is a lot of parts that I already have in my inventory. So this is not going to do a lot of good in expanding the store. It's just going to help increase the inventory that I currently have. It will add, we're not going to add a few here though. A few here and there. Obviously the torsos and skeleton foots and things like that are going to be new, because I don't think I've ever parted out one of these sets before. Okay, so we're almost to the bottom. I'm just scrolling here with my thumb real quick, making sure I don't see anything on, make sure I'm not seeing any of them where it says there's could be 2 different versions of the part. Because if there is, we need to take care of that here and determine which version we have. I've actually seen, if you've parted out 10 sets, I've actually seen both versions in there, and then you gotta figure it out. How many do you have? So, all right, alternates. Here we go. This is an alternate. So there is 2 sticker sheets. Interesting. Okay, sticker sheet set 70319 international version. Sticker sheet North American version. I'm assuming we have the North American version, and we'll look at the thing and see what is different. Okay, the stickers look the same that I can tell. All right. Which one did I just click on? Yeah, there it is. Okay, it's literally just the numbers on it. So up in the right-hand corner, you see that 134071A. That is what's on my sticker sheet. So that is the set we have. So we want to make sure we delete, and see it's already set for the wrong one. It's going to delete the one we have. So we need to uncheck that. We need to delete this one up here. We do not have a price. The price for the international version is 26 cents. Let's just call ours 30 cents. And we don't have a weight. So they had 0.6 grams for theirs. We're going to 0.6 grams. If I didn't take care of this now, putting some of the, obviously the price has to go in or it won't push it through. And I don't think it would have pushed it through without the weight either. But without the weight, then the customers can't do instant checkout because the instant checkout can't calculate the weight. So, all right, we got that in there. We're going to go ahead and verify the items. Bricklink's thinking. Still thinking. All right, there we go. Now this is the page. This is going to tell us all the orange is consolidated. The ones without the orange. So like this is a new black Technic Axle 12 link. That's new to the store, and you can see they're all in the store in stock room A. Okay, so scroll down to the bottom real quick, and we're gonna upload $28 worth of parts. And what I say, I paid $9.14, so I'm double my parts. The fact that I'm sitting here talking to you about it and spending a bunch of time means that the value of these parts are not going to be as great. But my time is, I'm not paying myself, so that you can't really count my time. All right, so it says items are successfully processed or uploaded. So I'm going to hit inventory, and then I'm going to go over here and hit stockroom A and hit go. Okay, and if you notice, it says up here everything is sorted by remarks. So that's important. What's going to happen is all these parts that don't have drawers are going to be sorted to the top. So I'll put them in first. And then because it is sorted by remarks, when the remarks start here, because they're sorted by color, not really sorted by color, are they? No, they're sorted by remarks, sorry. Okay, there we go. The first one, AJ0082, those are some parts bins. Those are the very first parts bins that I had, and they're in line. So the AJ just is a designation that I use that lets me know those are actually stack-ons. Those are actual stack-ons, and they're the first 6 cabinets or something. The 82, that 0082, that number never repeats. That number just keeps going. As you'll see, as we'll scroll down, they turn into AK, which turns into the acro mills, and then eventually, hopefully, here at the bottom, we'll see, maybe, yep, there's some BAs. BA is, they're still acro mills cabinets, are the ones behind me. Then they're the ones behind me. So you got the A is in the other room, and then the B is in here. It's just kind of a quick visual reminder where I'm at. But again, the numbers never repeat. So there's not a drawer 1 in the AJ, there's not a drawer 1 in the AK, and there's not a drawer 1 in the BA. There's just one drawer 1. So if you know nothing else, and I got to the point now that I could probably do away with the letters completely, but in the beginning it was something that I was doing, and it helped my wife too, to kind of know, oh, these are here, and it was just kind of a sorting thing. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna find this 12-link axle, which is right here. It's not gonna fit in the drawer anywhere. So I'm gonna go behind. Can we see over here? Probably not. What we got here is, these are drawers that are ready to be filled. Okay, so these are the empty holes right here. So I'm gonna take this one off, BA2717. This actually, that's that drawer way up there that's empty. I emptied it out the other day on a sale, or somebody bought it. So what I'm gonna do, this is gonna be a bad one because it's gonna fit one part in one drawer. And then we're gonna go back over to the stock room, and we're gonna type in BA2717 like that, hit enter, and when it reloads, it's gone. And then I'll take this drawer and go, well, right now I'm just gonna set it behind me, but I will take that drawer and put it in the pile, or put it back in the case, so it'll be ready for sale. And in fact, right now it's back live in the store. So, all right, the next thing we gotta find is this little piece here, and we're gonna go grab another drawer, and we'll put a divider in it, because these drawers you can divide into 2. We'll put it in like that, and this is AK, so this is from a drawer in the other room, AK2404, and I'm gonna put a :A, and all that means is you have A and a B section. That's all that means. So I know it's the part in the front. It seems like it's kind of hard, or it seems like it's a lot of work, because you look in there and you see the part, you're like, okay, you're gonna have a picture of the part. It's gonna be pretty easy to pick. But I can pick these parts, or I can have somebody pick these parts, and they know exactly where to go, right? They go to AK2404A. They know that's the part in the front. They don't really need to know especially if there's a variant or anything, or colors. You know, what if this was in dark bluish gray and light gray, and maybe they didn't know that by looking at the single picture. That way they don't have to worry about it, you know. So my wife, my daughter, my grandson, anybody can pick these orders, and I don't have to worry about it. They know exactly what drawer is in there, and they can use the picture on Bricklink as a kind of a backup. It's like, oh yeah, that matches. All right, so we typed in AK2404A. We take it out of the stock room, hit enter, and it updates. Next thing is we have an 18mm diameter wheel. It says we have one. Is that this big? That is not this wheel here. It is... Which wheel is it? Oh, here it is. Here it is. 18-inch diameter wheel. We have one. So same thing. We're going to put it in AK2404B. So that's the back section. All right. So now that drawer's got 2 whole whopping parts in it. So it can go into the... It can be put up. I'll set it behind me for right now instead of walking in there. I try to get a bunch of parts together so I don't have to make as many trips, because from where I'm sitting here to in there, it's not that far, but it's not. I just can't reach out and put them in. I gotta make a walk. And I'm trying to investigate how much space I have and see if I can't find some kind of cart where maybe I could put a bunch of these on and then walk in there and kind of do it. But you know, space is limited. I've really kind of crowded. You kind of just kind of walk. I didn't really plan to have a cart, so I don't know if I'll ever do that, but we'll see. All right, looks like our next one is 1x6 bricks with holes. What is it? Blue Technique brick, 1x6 with holes. Okay, and it should be 4 of them. And here are the 4. And again, we'll grab another drawer. We'll put a divider in there. Put the 4 bricks in, and this is BA2962. BA2962A. Take it out of the stock room, hit enter, and those parts are put away. Now the next one on here is pretty interesting, because what it is the blue wedge. So first we got to make sure we get the right blue wedge. All right, which by the way is the left blue wedge. The correct blue wedge would be the left blue wedge, which is this one here. I'm gonna put it in this drawer, and I try to never put wings and wedges together, even though I know A, B, which drawer, which cabinet. I got all that information here, but I still try not to mix up wedges and wings and other parts that look similar. If I'm putting them together and I see, it's like, ooh, let's not put those parts together because they look the same. We're not going to put them. We're not going to put them in the same drawer if I can help it. I have done it. And what usually happens is if I'm picking the order and I look in there and I see 2 similar parts, then I start double guessing myself, and then that takes time, right? So if it slows me down, all right, BA2962A or B. Whoops! See, look, I almost made a mistake there. B. But if it slows me down, then theoretically the cost, my costs go up, my profit goes down. The longer I fiddle with it, the less money I make. So the key to it is being speedy at this. All right, there's another drawer. I think let's just do 2 more. We'll do 1 more drawer. And then we'll move from there. Okay, so we need the other wedge. Okay, so we'll put the right wedge. And then these drawers, once they're empty, I'll just throw them back in the box down there. So this is, what is this going to be? BA2963A. Oops, here it is. Take it out of the stock room, hit enter, goes away, goes away, goes away. And then we have these two panels here, dark blue windscreens. Well, I guess these would be windscreens when they were in transparent colors, but since they're not in transparent, they're in dark blue gray, I would not call them a windscreen. So I'm going to put them in the back here. And BA2963 B. And whoop. Okay, so it's gone. That's another drawer. So now let's go ahead and scroll down and find. Let's go all the way to the bottom, and so we don't have to walk real far. Okay, so let's look at BA2859. Let's see if we can find that. BA2895. 289. That ain't right. That ain't right. What am I looking for? B82859. 2859. Here it is. There's the drawer I'm looking for. Extra supplies. Okay, so okay. Anybody count how many times I said okay or yet? What we got here is friction pins. Okay. And that's what we got up here. So we're going to find the drawer that I put the friction pins. There's the friction pins here. We're just going to dump them in. Okay. Dump them in. I take them out of the stock room. Hit enter. Updates it. If I go to the bottom, they're no longer, because remember, we're looking at the stock room only. Took them out of the stock room. Now they're back in. They're back in the store. So that's how I do parts that I already have. I just go through and find where they go, dump them in, take them out of the computer, done, ready to go. Yeah, that's kind of the slowest part of my process, is finding them, because the way I currently do it is I'm very dependent on the computer telling me where they are. I don't sort into those drawers. I don't pull those drawers. I know some people do. I don't know how other people, I don't know how everybody else does it. That's just the way I do it. It is the slowest part. A lot of times it helps if, like, my wife comes down and helps. She will just sit here at the computer and she'll just call them out. You know, she'll say, blue brick modified 1x1 with headlight, right? And I'll go find that part and look at the screen and yep, and then go put it away. And then we'll take turns going back and forth. That way we just kind of get in a rhythm and keep going. It's also why I want to do a cart, so that I can kind of take more of them in there at a time and have the computer or the tablet with me, and I can just kind of look them up, check them off as I go. So that would speed that process up. So that's it. That's how I part out sets into my Bricklink store. Kind of boring. It can be a lot of work. I typically, when I'm sitting here, there's a great big giant TV. You can't see it from here or from this angle, but there's a great big giant TV sitting right there. While I'm parting out, we'll watch TV or whatever. If it's me and my wife, we'll watch something. If it's just me, I'm watching something. The only problem with that is I get distracted and I'll start watching the TV and stop parting out parts. So I always got to be careful with that. But yeah, that's how I do it. Trying to think, is there anything else? No. Once the stockroom A is empty or the table's empty, now that's the other thing. You can get to the end, and this happens every once in a while. Get to the end, and let's say these pieces are still on the table, but they're not in the stockroom. So then you gotta kind of figure out what happened. Did you accidentally take them out of the stockroom? Did you uncheck the box? Are the parts missing? Whatever. Something happened there, and you got to kind of justify that, because you don't want parts in your store that you don't have. And almost as bad is having parts in your store, or having parts physically in your store in a drawer, correct, but not for sale because they're not in your Bricklink inventory. So that's money that's not making, that's parts that's not making any money for you. So to me, it's always worse to not have the parts and then, you know, have a sale go bad on you, you know, or you're scrambling around trying to find the parts. There's nothing worse than trying to scramble around and find the parts because somehow you got them lost in your store. But we are human doing this, and we make mistakes sometimes. So fortunately, I've been able to fix any mistakes that I've had, and they've been pretty limited. But I did make a couple big ones. One, glad I have friends because, you know, Brickzar was able to bail me out. I did not have the parts. I have no idea. I should have had like 20 of them. Could not find them. Still haven't found them. So if they're in the wrong drawer or mislabeled, I still haven't found them. I found some, but I think they were actually from a different batch. So that was a whole other thing. So yeah, this is very manual process. Mistakes can happen. And yeah, like I said, it's labor intensive. So key takeaways: do as many such as you possibly can do at a time. Be organized, and, you know, be set up, ready to go with, you know, either you're putting in new ones, or if you're going to be putting in existing drawers. If you're going to, one of the things that can happen if you're putting things away, you may fill up a drawer. This drawer here is probably 3/4 of the way full. All right, I got plenty of room, but when this drawer becomes full, what do I do? Right? Well, then we'll put it into a big drawer, right? We have some of these drawers. So, you know, if it outgrows half the drawer, we go into a full drawer, one of these. If it outgrows this drawer, we go into a double drawer, or the big drawer, like this. This is actually two of the, let's see, this is actually two drawers side by side, one big drawer. In the acromills, that's what this is the acromills. If we outgrow this, then we have a few empty slots left in the pick-a-brick cups. After that, they end up going into shoe boxes, usually in baggies, or I actually have a couple full shoe boxes of parts. So, you know, basic dark bluish gray bricks. I think 2x2 bricks. I think I got a bunch of those. I don't remember what it was I parted out, but something had a bunch of them in it. And I have a whole shoe box full of those because nothing else will hold it. Haven't got anything bigger than that yet, so we'll have to figure out. I guess we'll get bigger Sterilite containers if I ever part out something that ends up bigger than a Sterilite shoebox. So, okay, well, this is going to be almost 30 minutes long, so this is going to be a long video for you. If you stuck around this long, thanks for sticking around. I hope it was informational. I know we don't do a lot of Bricklink stuff on this channel, but yeah, we decided to do it we're talking about it on the A-Fool podcast. Check out the A-Fool podcast. Check out Mardi Gras Man's channel. Check out Brickzar's channel. And I think I'm done. Thanks for watching. So you've made it to the end of the line, and I don't have a comment contest. But please let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video. I know it was long. If you want to see more stuff about Bricklink, let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll do some more Bricklink stuff.